On the morning of June 25, 2009, the world woke up to the shocking news that Michael Jackson, the king of pop, had died. The circumstances surrounding his death were shrouded in mystery and controversy, with his personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray, at the center of the storm. The story of what transpired that fateful morning is a tale of negligence, deceit, and the tragic end of a legend. Dr. Conrad Murray, a cardiologist from Houston, Texas, had been hired to ensure Michael Jackson's health and well-being as he prepared for his comeback tour. This is it. However, the relationship between Murray and Jackson was far from straightforward. Murray's involvement with Jackson was marked by a series of questionable decisions and actions that would ultimately lead to a catastrophic outcome. The morning of June 25th began with Murray administering a powerful anesthetic, propofol, to Jackson at around 10:40 a.m. Propofol is a drug typically used in hospitals for general anesthesia, and is known for its rapid onset and short duration of action. However, it is also highly dangerous if not administered and monitored properly. Jackson had reportedly been struggling with insomnia for years, and Murray had been supplying him with propofol to help him sleep, despite the drug's severe risks. According to Murray's initial statements to the police, he had given Jackson 25 mg of propofol, and then monitored him until he fell asleep at around 11 a.m. Feeling that Jackson was stable, Murray left the room for a brief moment to use the bathroom. When he returned, he found Jackson unresponsive and not breathing. Murray claimed that he immediately began performing CPR and called for help, but it was too late. Jackson was pronounced dead at 12:26 p.m. However, the timeline of events as described by Murray does not align with the evidence presented during the investigation. Phone records and other documentation revealed a series of discrepancies that cast doubt on Murray's account. For example, Murray was on the phone or composing emails for at least 34 minutes between 11:17 a.m. and 11:51 a.m., a period during which he claimed to be monitoring Jackson. This included a 32-minute call to his office in Las Vegas and a brief call to a patient named Bob Russell. These activities suggest that Murray was not at Jackson's bedside as he claimed. Moreover, at 11:51 a.m., Murray called Sade Anding, a 24-year-old waitress in Houston, Texas, with whom he had a romantic relationship. The call lasted for 11 minutes, during which Anding noticed that Murray sounded distracted and unlike himself. She heard commotion, coughing, and mumbling in the background, leading her to believe that something was seriously wrong. When she tried to call Murray back, she received no response. This moment, captured by the phone records, aligns with the time when Jackson was likely to have stopped breathing, contradicting Murray's claim that he discovered Jackson's condition at 11:07 a.m. The inconsistencies in Murray's story were further compounded by his behavior, leading up to the events of June 25th. He had been juggling multiple romantic relationships and was known to be financially motivated, having taken on the job with Jackson for a substantial salary. His actions on the morning of Jackson's death, including his prolonged phone calls and emails, suggest a lack of focus and dedication to his patient's care. The administration of propofol to Jackson was also highly questionable. Propofol is a drug that requires constant monitoring, as it can cause the patient to stop breathing. For an adult to remain sedated for over an hour, a much larger dose or continuous infusion would be necessary. The fact that Murray was not present to monitor Jackson's condition after administering the drug raises serious ethical and legal concerns. In the weeks and months following Jackson's death, the investigation into Murray's actions intensified. The media and public demanded answers, and the legal system eventually took action. In 2011, Dr. Conrad Murray was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter and sentenced to 4 years in prison. The verdict was a reflection of the court's belief that Murray's negligence and lack of proper medical care directly contributed to Jackson's death. The story of Michael Jackson's final hours is a tragic reminder of the consequences of prioritizing personal interests over the well-being of others. Dr. Conrad Murray's actions on that fateful morning will forever be remembered as a case study in medical malpractice and the devastating impact of negligence. The world lost a musical icon, and the ripple effects of that loss continue to be felt to this day. In the end, the legacy of Michael Jackson is one of incredible talent and enduring fame, while the legacy of Dr. Conrad Murray is one of shame and regret.